Greetings, friends. It is I, Igor, the Master's loyal servant. The Master wishes me to tell you that when he is conducting his experiments, stitching corpses together and giving them unholy life, he listens to the Sean Geek podcast, which he downloads directly from SeanMcGinnity.ca.
Igor, don't forget to tell him to download it from SeanMcGinnity.ca.
The Master wishes me to remind you that he downloads the Sean Geek podcast from SeanMcGinnity.ca, and so should you.
It lives! It lives!
All right. Well, let's get into this, I guess.
All right.
See.
So Todd and I covered this. We just put an episode out yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. We talked about it a bit. So Corey, what are you doing during this crisis? What's your setup? What's your daily life changed to?
My daily life has changed to still having to go to the damn mall and be around people. Because, they just won't close the damn doors.
Well, they haven't closed Polo yet.
Not yet, no. I know there's been some push to. I mean, I think we're down to less than 12 stores now.
Wow.
Yeah. Had a bunch more close on Friday. I think a couple closed yesterday, so... But there's a few holdouts that are waiting to see what the mall does. Mall's waiting... Well, I don't think it's the mall. I think it's the head office is waiting to see what the stores do. And so, those of us that work front line are, just kind of stuck in between.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't leave till everyone else is gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, we're not even leaving. The thing is, if at least they close the doors, we'd be working in a somewhat controlled environment. We're not coming into contact with anybody. And the mall's doing a pretty good job of trying to keep everything sanitized and clean.
Right. Can you use pepper spray as a disinfectant?
Not that I'm aware of, no, but apparently it does go good on tacos.
Oh. Is it that extra zip?
Yeah, a little bit of extra zip, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's been kind of interesting. I mean, part of the problem is that we've also got a Shoppers Drug Mart in the malls, and that's considered an essential service.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're not closing down unless there's the mall closes down because they got the pharmacy, they've got groceries, they've got basic necessities.
Man.
Yeah, I guess they want to keep that running as smooth as possible. So that's the economy.
Yeah,
just give
they're also
people money
doing,
just to spend. So
yeah, they're also doing first hour of each day from 9 to 10 is seniors only, so that the seniors can come in and have a safe environment to do their shopping and try to get a few basics before everybody else comes in, clears the shelves.
Wow.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Kudos to Shoppers Drug Mart for doing that.
That's really good.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of places have been doing that. I've heard. Yeah. I think, co-op, yeah. Costco, for sure. They were opening earlier, I believe, just for the elderly.
Todd, are you elderly yet?
I don't know. What exactly, was it 55?
I think it's about 55 or something.
That's what I'm wondering, yeah.
55. So I got 4 more years and I can get my my discount.
Yeah, I've got another 10 years ahead of me. Although I once almost went over the counter at a 7-Eleven clerk when I went to buy a bus pass and he asked me if I needed a seniors one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure.
I almost came at him. Wasn't happy about that. I mean, you know what the really sad part is? As I'm looking at the video here, and obviously the people at home cannot see the video, but they can see photographs of us. And Todd, who is still older than I am, has less gray in his beard than I do. I am like almost fully gray, whereas Todd, still has, that little bit of brown. It's got kind of the, it's a little bit of gray.
It's still kind of patchy.
Yeah.
So you've got the distinguished look because it's just all nice and even. I got a patch here, and then the side there's like little gray pieces. It's not.
Yeah, thanks for trying to make me feel better. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Doreen Gray.
Yeah. I'm gonna find your picture one day. I'm gonna show it to you.
Yeah, my I'd shave because it's really bad.
White?
Yeah. It's salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper and then red. For some reason I've become a ginger in my old age. So it's like red Irish? And brown and white and black.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
It's the Irish in you.
Yeah, Irish, yes.
Yes. All right, well, getting back to
COVID.
COVID, as opposed to, hiking our pants up to our tits and, walking around yelling at kids to get off our lawn. Damn little hooligans, get off my
lawn! Yeah, for me, I covered this in the other one, but yeah, I'm actually working from my office, which is where I am right now. I grabbed one of our TVs and I had a monitor off my old computer that died years ago, and I got a cable from work, and I got a monitor, a TV, and my laptop. So I got a triple screen for work, which is essential because I run about 7 programs all the time.
Right.
And on one laptop monitor, it'd be really slow.
So that what is that over your left shoulder? Is that it's either a cymbal stand, an electronic cymbal, or it's a lamp?
Oh, wait, no, this way.
Sean's.
Oh yeah, that's my drums.
Yeah, drum kit. So he's got his drum kit in his workstation.
Yeah, it's right behind me. I can just jump back there, and I got my on this side. I have my bench press machine.
Right.
So
here we'll do a sing along.
Oh, come on, you don't have my kazoo here.
Oh, that would be a good combo. We'll have to do that. We'll do 3 different tracks.
Yeah,
the drums, the guitar, and the kazoo.
I wonder if that's how people are recording right now.
It'll be a new format. We'll call it Falk.
Actually, I have heard of bands doing that.
Frock.
Yeah, there you go. Guys recording through the internet via something. Well, I don't think it's Skype, but yeah, I've heard of people. A guy recording in the UK, somebody in the US, doing stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
You know what? With the lag times, I don't know if you could actually do at some point with this 5G or whatever they're talking about, the one that fries your brain. When that comes out, it'll be so fast that they might be able to actually do an instantaneous jam session over the internet. That would be cool if you could do that.
It would be.
Oh yeah.
You could jam and not even have to go to the guy's place. You could just sit in your underwear, go, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then start and just jam.
Yep. Just keep the camera, above the waist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Needs to see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Todd's coffee is making me jealous. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Well, my girlfriend made me a coffee, and then she went and also got me like a refill piece to just kind of top it up as I need it. So
nice.
That's awesome.
I already finished my glass of Pepsi, so
I'm
empty. It's got caffeine in it.
Yeah.
I'm now empty.
Just gonna be dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess speaking of bands over the internet, have you noticed that a lot of bands have been doing live like Facebook shows, free Facebook shows to entertain people while they're stuck in quarantine?
I've heard people are doing it, but I don't know who.
Was the guy from I think was it Snow Patrol? Like at one of the
Coldplay?
guys, Coldplay. Yeah. So yeah, he was on the piano doing.
Because
and
nobody
singing,
talks about Snow Patrol.
Okay.
Snow Patrol, isn't that the one with the dogs?
The Husky Patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Paw
but
Patrol.
see, that's not fair because nobody wants to see Coldplay.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, it's Team Powered Giraffe, one of my family's favorite bands. They did a live acoustic show the other day.
Really?
Out of makeup. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also heard that some local talent's been doing some stuff. Big Daddy Tazz has been reading children's books.
Yeah, I saw that on TV. Yeah.
Yep. Very funny man. Couple of celebrities have been doing the same thing, reading books over the internet. Another guy that I follow on Facebook, Scott McClelland. He's kind of an old-time showman, runs Carnival Diablo. You can find it on Facebook. Giving a little shout out there to Scott because he's his father used to run one of the old freak show sideshows back in the early part of the century, and he's kind of been carrying on the tradition. Might even be one of the last ones doing it, and it's really cool considering that he's Canadian. But he's been reading The Adventures of Baron Munchausen and doing a chapter a day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
does anyone have? Okay, so they have the readings for the kids and stuff, right? Do they have one, say, for different? Like you could go to a forum or something where you'd have different genres, and you'd have like, say, horror or something, and you'd have someone with a bunch of makeup and stuff, and the background all kind of dingy with the strobe light in the back, and he's kind of reading a story for the adults, right?
Hilarious House of Frightenstein, perhaps?
Yeah, that type of thing for adults. So then you'd have different ones. You have like the murder mystery one. You'd have, you could go whatever route you wanted to. So I mean, there would be so many options that you could pick, and then the person would dress up in the background. Yeah, and you could dress up in leather and with the red light on the background, like just anything like that. That wouldn't be too bad, would it? It's because you have audiobooks that people listen to. Why not video books?
yeah. Well, it might actually be something that takes off depending on how long this thing goes for. Initially everybody thought that life was going to be getting back to normal come the end of the month, but at this point, some people are suggesting up to 2 months from now. It could go on for longer. So nobody knows how long this thing is going to take.
That's true.
I think the 2 weeks thing was a very conservative estimate. I mean, most of the stores again in the mall are saying, that will be open first week in April, late March, but
really, they're already saying that though. Like they have actually made statements that that's what's happening.
That's what they have up on the signs in their windows. But again, all this came down before things kind of really started getting rolling.
Yeah.
So they're going based on the most conservative estimates that were being given at that time. But now, like I said, things are evolving on almost an hourly basis right now with this whole thing, right?
Yeah. Right.
So nobody really knows how long this is going to be. For places that are a little bit harder hit, like some of the states, they could be stuck doing this for months.
Yeah. So, well, you'll notice the prairies. Further you get to the coast. I mean, I don't know if people are just on top of each other because there's just so many people. But as you get to the middle of Canada, like Saskatchewan, Manitoba, there's very few of them. So because it's so sparse, hopefully it shouldn't. I'm glad they did what they did to close things down as quickly as they did, And I'm surprised that they didn't do it sooner, because all you're doing is you're just kind of going, well, we'll close a little bit now. Oh, we'll close a little bit later, and we'll close a little bit more. It's like, meanwhile, all this stuff is happening. It's like, you know what? Just chop it off right at the knees. Get everybody quarantined somehow.
I think it took people a little bit too long to really start taking this thing seriously. And you still have people that aren't taking it seriously. So,
well, it's kind of hard to believe. It's one of those things where, 2 weeks ago there was nothing, and all of a sudden it's like, it seems like, all this stuff's going on, and everyone has their minds haven't kind of caught up to what's going on, so they're just kind of going, well, it's whatever.
Well, this is an absolutely unprecedented moment in history. I don't think, at least not during, civilized age. I mean, maybe during the Black Plague.
Well, that was the last one, right?
Well, the last kind of, major, and it wasn't even global
the biggest
pandemic.
One. That was the biggest one. Was the Black Plague, but there was a whole bunch of other ones. Like there was the avian flu, and there was the H1N1, and Zika. There's a whole array of them, and there's one spot where it actually shows you the amount of population that had passed during those viruses that came through, and the Black Plague was the worst. I can't remember how many millions or billions of people, but then when you look at everything else compared to that. And then when you look at what's going on now, mind you, it's just only starting. It's about the size of a pinhead. So it's very, very small. But because we have we can communicate with people around the world like within seconds. So there's a way more response time than what it was back in, days of Yule or Yale or whatever it was, old.
Yeah, I think what really surprises me, though, is just the fact that this is a global pandemic, and it's not just, localized. This is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what's really kind of caught the public's attention, and why so many people are having a hard time believing, that anything like this could possibly be real.
Well, this is War of the Worlds territory.
Yeah, like I always thought, that the apocalypse is going to have a little bit more oomph, right? I want the earth to die screaming, not whimpering.
The only mutant we have running around is Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, of all the people that, you want to get it.
Yeah.
You know what? He may have it, but he refuses to get tested. Why? I have no idea. Justin Trudeau, I don't think he's gotten tested either. His wife has. No politicians want to get tested because they would have to be quarantined and they couldn't do anything.
Well, all of Trudeau's press conferences, I think, have been outside of his residence. So I think he is self-isolating.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he has it. I mean, if his wife has it, I mean, there's a 98% chance that he does, I would assume.
Yeah. Of course, also being the leader of the country, he's probably got the best doctors and everything on top of them. So,
yeah, on his staff, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, did you guys hear about this Vanessa Hudgens thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so now the video has been pulled, but she posted a video, and she's in her home, and she said something that's very politically incorrect. Like, she posts these videos all the time. She's always posting videos of herself, like, kind of. There you go. Vanessa post damage control. Yeah. There you go.
People are going to die. Wow.
She posted something really insensitive. Now, I've never actually heard the message because it got pulled, like, right away. And people are just all over her. Something about she's bored. Would people just die already, or something along those lines? I know I'm not getting it right because I haven't actually watched the video.
Yeah, I'm just looking on the page.
I know we can actually see what you're looking at.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
So whatever you're looking at, we see.
Be careful. Don't put it past it. Yeah.
Like, oh, look at all the tabs he's got open.
So So what I
Oh
I
yeah,
was
this
try-
one right here, huge porn. That's the Sean Geek podcast. You don't want to go to that one.
Oh yeah,
Full
bald
of
man porn.
malware. Yeah.
Bald fetish.
So I went down a deep dive because I'm like, well, what the hell did she say? She was like the top trending thing above the COVID virus, right? And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is she trending higher than this? So I actually tried to find the video, and I just went to her Twitter page and listened to all the hate comments for what she said, but I'm not really sure what she said. I'd be really curious to see what she said. Because the thing is, the thing that happens often is that people just start shaming somebody because they're famous. And maybe it's, I don't think you should shame anybody, to be honest. Like,
Okay, I got it here. It's on flare.com. So apparently what she said was, yeah, Till July sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. It's a virus. I get it. I respect it. But at the same time, even if everybody gets it, yeah, people are going to die, which is terrible, but inevitable.
But inevitable.
How was that? Was that good? Did that sound like her?
Is that a
that was
drunk
pretty
text?
good, yeah.
Yeah.
So I went on her. This is me deep diving. So I went down on her Instagram page, and I'm like, who is this? Because I'm like, I'm slightly aware of who she is because she was in that movie Spring Breakers, that James Franco movie, and I like James Franco, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, that's really all I've seen her in. So I started watching a bunch of her videos on Instagram, and they're really bad, like really, really bad.
Click it, click it, click it.
So I'm just going to see if I can find one, and it's always her. Like sticking her butt out, and
they got this one here. It's on the same webpage where it looks like it actually has the video itself.
okay.
And it's her with just woke up hair, wearing looks like a baggy sweater.
Why does she look good when she just wakes up? I don't look that good when I wake up. I mean, look at me now. This is me woken up.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, oh man, like, who is this person? Because I watched a bunch of videos, and I'm like, I don't understand what she is. I know she does music. Well, wait, let's be honest. She doesn't actually do music. People do music for her, and she just sings it. But like, who is this person? Like, I don't get it. Like, does anybody know who she is? Like, all she is posting pictures of herself all tarted up. Like, is that a job now?
Pretty much, actually, yeah. There are people that are...
It's just pictures of her, like, wearing, like, tight tops and stuff.
Got school age.
What?
She's supposed to be like an influencer or something?
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. She's got an IMDb page.
Okay, so what movies has she done?
Well, let's see.
But here now this video here, she's gyrating her hips. Okay, so, and she's licking her lips, wearing a big hat, and then she's taking her clothes off. Okay. And here she's half naked. Like, who is this? Is this like, how am I supposed to take this person seriously? And how does she have, okay, how many followers does she have here?
Check out her medical degree.
High School Musical 3.
She has 38.5 million followers. Why?
She must have a doctorate.
I don't get it.
That's why everyone's listening to her.
The Princess Switched Again, which is in post-production. Bad Boys for Life, The Night Before Christmas. Drunk History. Rent, Live. Polar, Second Act. Princess Switch. Phantoms and Vanessa Hudgens, Lay With Me, short. Dog Days, Powerless. Yeah.
She's got 38.5 million followers.
Neutrogena. She did Neutrogena commercials. Old Navy.
Okay. Here she's
Reese's
just like a
Puff
vampire.
cereal in 2003. Thunderbirds.
God. So I don't get it. Like, I don't understand like why this person is somebody of importance.
Well, looking at the
here
the
she's
movies,
grinding up against a door.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. It's soft porn. So not that I'm saying porn's a bad thing, but but I'm just saying, like, why is she more important than someone who's doing a porno movie? Like what I don't understand what the difference is. I don't.
Because she said something stupid about the coronavirus, and so it gives everybody a chance to be self-righteous.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where our society's at right now.
I mean, everybody has an opinion, and some people, when they put it out there, if any one of us had an opinion and we put it out there, no one would probably really care. But because she's famous, of course, that's, people kind of put her on a pedestal and go, oh, wait a minute. No, that's not right. But,
yeah.
I mean, that's part of the problem when you become, celebrity. Even if you're a minor celebrity, everything you say winds up getting,
end up being a target.
Analyzed. Yeah. So.
Yeah. When they say being rich and famous, no. I'll take the money, but I don't want to be famous. No, that's.
No. Yeah.
No. I want to be Rick Moranis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And respected, right? He's still respected to this day. Anybody that talks about him respects him.
Or Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Look at Tom Hanks. Yeah. Very private about his personal life, and doesn't say stupid shit on the internet. Still has time to, go and, have fun with his fans. People out on the street.
I like that dude.
Millennials have grown up a little differently in technology, so that's what they're relying on.
Yeah.
Trump's trying to cash in on that too.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk something geeky?
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Well, okay. Here's something that's in the news. Well, sort of in the news. Did you know Wunderlist is going bye-bye?
Wunderlist?
Yep.
I thought I read that somewhere. They were going with a Microsoft
bot.
Something or other. Yeah.
Because Microsoft has their own similar Wunderlist service.
Okay.
Is that why Skype goes through Hotmail?
Yeah. Skype is also owned by Microsoft.
Wow.
Didn't know
There's
that.
no monopoly there at all.
No. So
Microsoft is the perfectly ethical company.
So I've got a couple of let's do, I guess, not headlines, but there's a few things that have been added to the list. I don't know who's adding to this list. If we have someone other than the three of us, like we have Todd's girlfriend was adding stuff on our list a couple times.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Grocery stuff.
Okay, that explains. Get eggs.
That may have been
eggs.
me.
Yeah. That might have been you.
I don't think she has access to our list. I think I do. But I do have the grocery list on the same app as our list. So
I just thought it would be kind of a weird podcast topic, get eggs.
Eggs.
But sometimes
What's up with
I put
eggs?
stuff on here that's like really weird. So I just want to read a couple of them off, and we can maybe talk about them. Just the quickies here. So this one I like, and this is probably Corey who put it, but Kiss are boomer juggalos.
No, that wasn't me, actually.
Really?
Because
that's hilarious.
Wasn't me.
Kiss or boomer juggalos.
I thought that was you, Sean.
No.
It doesn't
Maybe
say
it was.
who
I
added
don't
it.
know. No. Maybe it was.
Well, it makes sense. It does kind of make sense, though, when you think about it, because, you got the Juggalos are considered a gang in the U.S.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got the Kiss Army, who are considered, kind of the boomer gang. I don't know.
Yeah. And they're clowns.
Yeah, they're clowns. Yep. They were.
I see Insane. Sorry. The Juggalos, Todd, are the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Okay.
ICP. And their fans are called Juggalos. And they have like a festival like every year where everybody dresses up as Juggalos and goes to see Insane Clown Posse. It's crazy. It's huge.
So they're jugglers. And they're called Juggalos.
Their fans are called Juggalos.
Okay.
What are Kiss fans called?
Kiss Army.
Okay, so it's just Kiss Army.
Yeah.
Not Kiss-a-Los or anything. Yeah.
So I thought that was funny.
Although we could get that trending. Kiss-a-Los.
Kiss-a-Los. We covered this one.
That's Gene's new cereal.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the other one. This one.
Blood flavor.
This came from Matt at work. He said, Fred Durst, the American Chad Kroeger. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who?
Fred Durst. What was the name of that band, Corey?
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
I did it all for the nookie. Come on, the nookie. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your ass. No?
No? Okay.
I haven't heard that one.
Horrible song. Horrible band. Horrible human being. Fred Durst.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had songs about sleeping with all these celebrities and stuff. But Fred Durst, the American Chad Kroeger. I like that.
Yeah. Nickelback takes a lot of shit because, let's face it, it's Nickelback.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is the deal with that anyway? Everyone seems to hate Nickelback. I don't know. I kind of like their tunes. But
their tunes might be okay. I think it's just the fact that, there's just something about Chad Kroeger where he's got a very punchable face.
Oh, okay. So it's just him.
Yeah.
As a person,
actually,
not the actual music itself.
Is it just him, though? Because no one ever seems to take shots at anyone else in the band.
I don't even know who the hell else is in the band. That's the problem, Just see Chad Kroeger standing up there. I'm like, I want to punch him.
Yeah, there was a video of Nickelback in Portugal, and the crowd was booing as they were playing. I'm like, you guys bought tickets just so you could boo Nickelback? Yeah. Like, I don't understand. I like this band so much.
Up
I'm
there.
Gonna give them more
we got
money.
our money. We don't care.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like, during this whole thing, it's with hockey being canceled, people are posting memes, lit a fire in the backyard the other day just so he could boo the Flames.
I like that. That's good. What else do we got on here? That's all the interesting ones. Oh, yeah. What's this? Paragon is modern snake oil. What's that?
Oh, that is one of mine, and that is something that I would love to talk about.
All right.
Okay, so Paragon.
So set this up.
Okay, are you guys familiar with the company Paragon? Have you been to the mall recently?
No,
I'm not familiar with Paragon.
Okay, so Paragon, they have 2 locations at the mall.
They're perfection, I'm assuming, right? They're the perfect. Because Paragon means perfection, right?
I'm sure that's what they want people to think. Anyway,
Todd's looking it up. I can see here.
Yeah, they got a store and they've got a kiosk. And what they do is they stand outside of these kiosks and they try to attract people in by offering a free sample of hand cream.
Oh, those guys.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
now you guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because literally what they're doing is they're like carnies. They're barking you down as they're walking by, doing anything to get your attention, try to drag you in. And then, try to sell you something that's, cheap and probably comes from, China. And it apparently they're very high pressure sales.
They are.
I mean, honestly, I think, if this was, back in the 1800s, these guys would be traveling around in a black caravan,
Yes.
Professor Paragon's traveling medicine show. It's modern snake oil, right? That's exactly what it is. They promise all these wonderful health benefits from these creams and everything else that they sell, which are way overpriced, and they use very high pressure sales tactics in order to try to get people to buy these and make them feel like once they're inside the store and trying out this product, now they have to buy it. You can't leave the store without this product. So that's kind of
but
so
they don't let you leave, right? That's the thing. I actually spoke to them once and I ended up buying something just to get away.
Yeah.
Well, then it worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Yeah, their method works. And if that's the case.
The selling tactic that they used on me was the lady was Brazilian. She was very quick to point that out because she asked if I was married, which I thought was weird. Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, you're married? Oh, blah, blah, blah." I can't do the accent. She's like, "Oh, your woman. She's very sexy, yes." And I'm like, yeah. Like, she goes, if you were my woman, I would want you to buy this cream and put it all over my body and like saying stuff like this. I'm like, what are you doing? I felt so uncomfortable.
Yep. Anyway, so that's why I'm saying, Paragon, they are modern snake oil salesmen. That's exactly what they are. They have this product. They promise, amazing results if you use this product and this product only. And
I'm looking up their website now. I gotta see this. Paragon Beauty Supplies, maybe.
I've tried to find
skincare. Here we go. Paragon Skincare.
It's like at the carnival, they throw you a ball to catch it, and you have to bring it back to them, and then they give you their spiel, right?
Diamond infused skincare. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, they don't have a website.
Yeah.
It's easier to close their doors. It's easier to close up their doors and leave.
Oh wait, Paragon is the product. Paragon is the product, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it the name of the store as well?
The name of the store is Paragon.
Wow. Oh, and it's Forever Flawless is the name of the company.
Yeah.
So let's see this. Oh shit, I already bought stuff. I just clicked on the website and I already bought stuff. What happened here?
Clickbait.
I could totally see that happening.
And this girl's coming over for dinner now. What?
With their sample box.
Oh my god. Fresh S&H on all U.S. shipping and handling on all U.S. orders. Whatever.
Yeah, I bet they're closed in the mall because they're a little too touchy-feely in your face. So 6 feet, please.
Yeah.
It did take a while for them to close down, though. I was actually kind of surprised. I figured they would have been one of the first ones, but they weren't.
So do you think that company, do you think it's the company or do you think it's the people or do you think the company is really mean to the employees? They're like, you need to sell, X amount or X amount of dollars or you're out of here. Like, do you think they're mean to their people? That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, this is hearsay. Okay.
Yes.
This is hearsay. But I have heard rumor that Paragon was actually investigated by the RCMP for holding people's passports, bringing in people from out of country and then holding their passports until they earned X amount of dollars selling their product. Yeah. Again, this is hearsay.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, this is just third-party rumors, but it did come from a somewhat reliable source, so I'm not going to mention the source, but we're just I'm going to throw that out there.
You know what? Well, it's interesting because everyone that works there that I've seen, like they're not first generation or second generation Canadian or 10th generation Canadian. Like, sounds like they've moved here and they're working here, and that's a very common practice in the restaurant industry here.
Yeah,
bring someone in.
I mean, they've already got the shady business techniques, out in the public. I could see, them having even shadier business techniques, behind the scenes.
Man. Yeah. Okay.
Shady usually means sex trafficking.
Yeah, usually.
Because it sounds like you have to work your debt off and then you're free, but you're never really free.
So, if that saleswoman was his wife, she would have expected him to slather that cream all over her body.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Being hit on is one thing, and being hit on to sell something is something else, but this kind of went really far, and I'm not allowed to say something as a man because I'm just being too sensitive, but it felt really uncomfortable. And if my wife was with me, she would have punched this lady out. And with just cause. Like, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the I would never want to get on Sylvie's bad side. I got to say that.
No. Yeah. You don't want to do that. What else do we want to talk about, boys?
I don't know.
It's 10:52. What are you both doing today? What is your plans today?
Well, for myself, I do have to go out because I have to take our older two kids back to their other residences. And also we need to stop by someplace like Rona or Home Depot because we need a new latch for our front screen door, which I just put up yesterday. And then beyond that, probably just sitting at home, trying to avoid getting sick.
So now going out, are you taking any extra precautions at all? Like, are you trying to make that 6-foot distance between the people in front of you? Are you doing anything different when you're grabbing a door handle? Have you changed any of that?
I do try to maintain a respectful distance between myself and other people. I know yesterday while my wife and I were out shopping, I started, doing the usual thing. You got somebody stocking the shelf, right? And you go to grab something off the shelf, and then I realized, shit, this isn't what we're supposed to be doing. So I backed off and let her hand me the item that I was going for.
Right.
So, it's a learning curve for all of us, especially, when you're kind of used to doing stuff a certain way when you go shopping, and now you have to really kind of stop and think about how your actions are impacting the people around you. So I am trying to, maintain a certain amount of distance. It's not just, for safety. It's also for everybody's comfort, during this time, because let's face it, none of us know where this is going. So I think, the more that everybody can kind of work together and just try to, maintain a respectful distance from one another, the better everything's going to go.
Yeah. I hear if you get too close to someone, they kind of go like, whoa, kind of back off a little bit. But then there's the other extent where you go to Florida with all these kids and the beaches are packed and they're partying. So it's like,
yeah,
when you're young, you're invincible and you don't care and you don't really think about other people. Even if you get it and you don't get sick, you're a carrier and you just have to go see or visit your parents or whatnot. And then they'll get it. So they just don't understand.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's one of my biggest worries right now, because obviously I have my elderly mother. My father passed last year, and my mom's the last thing that it really got going for me. So, well, my wife and kids, obviously, I shouldn't say that. Oh boy, boys, I'm in trouble again.
Oh, geez.
My wife listens to these podcasts.
I know she does.
I'm in trouble.
She's commented a few times. She's there's only 2 people that have commented through Podbean, which is weird. Like, I don't get any comments from Podbean, but we get comments like from Twitter, like a lot of stuff from Twitter. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. I'm just reading this. I got my Twitter open right now, so I want to get people's opinions of this. Particularly, this hits Todd a lot, but this guy named D Miller. I have no idea who D Miller is, but he's a guitar player and fairly famous, it sounds like. And he posted on Wolfie Van Halen's Twitter page. He wrote, "Your dad certainly has. His output is just sad," is what he put. And then Wolfie, that's Wolfgang, that's the son, replies back, "Right. What a horrible person my dad is. He's brought joy to no one. 40 plus years in the business just isn't enough. He must only exist to give me things. How dare he have a life of his own? He deserves no breaks and constant hatred. Who's with me?" That's Wolfie's response to this guy.
And right on.
Did David Lee Roth like that?
Freaking trolls.
Actually, no. David Lee Roth has been very kind to Eddie of late.
Okay.
Definitely.
They're getting old, man.
Yeah.
They're getting up there.
I was trying to figure out who the hell is this guy. So his picture, this guy.
It's probably a Van Halen tribute band or something.
Well, he's two-hand tapping in his picture.
Oh, there you go. So he's definitely a fan.
The guy's got sausage fingers here. He's a bigger guy. And he posts a lot of music stuff. And his screen thing is the Winery Dogs, which is Billy Sheehan's band. I don't know.
Well, I should start following because guitarist sausage fingers. I can't do a chord to save my life. I mean, look at these things. Look at these.
Okay, and then you know what? Discredit right away. I'm going to Big Wreck. I'm going to go see Big Wreck. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy, he says, I might go. I think he thinks he's a social influencer. I don't know who this guy is. Well, whatever. Anyway, I'm Twitter obsessed lately because it really helps the podcast out.
No, it's a dark rabbit hole, so be careful,
I know.
Rabbit.
Yep. One pill makes you larger, another makes you small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I want to say. I was listening to The Real Debaters. They're a local podcast, movie podcast, and every episode they debate a topic. So the idea of the show is someone offers a scenario, and then you have to pitch your side of the scenario. So I don't know. They have one episode. What's the one you listen to, Todd? The Kindergarten Cop or something.
What? Which one do I listen to?
No, it was The Real Debaters. You listened to one of their episodes way back when.
Here, I've been switching back and forth, and with different podcasts I've been listening to. So it's just kind of a blur. I just kind of listen to it in the background. And it's more of a background thing, and I'll pick stuff up, but I don't know if I really totally engage in what it is they're talking about. But but that's pretty much all the podcasts. I don't actually sit down and concentrate on what they're saying.
I'll give you an example, like their latest episode. How many of us have watched a movie and said, I could totally survive X if that happened to me? This week, the Real Debaters asked themselves that very question while pulling a debate from a not well-known genre called Humans Hunting Humans. Inspired by the Running Man death race and surviving the game, the cast argue their weight in salt and see if they could survive a movie that has anything to do with the tournament challenge cultural event that ends in a winner-take-all death match scenario. So every episode they do something like that. They take something from a movie and they discuss if they could survive it or how they would be better at dealing with it.
Right.
Anyway,
no, I haven't heard that one. That definitely was one that I didn't hear. Yeah.
But the episode I listened to this week that they had was an interview with artist Doug Morrow.
Oh.
It was really interesting. Don't you know him, Corey?
Yes, I know Doug. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm acquainted with him. I have visited his house, but haven't seen a lot of him in the last few years. I mean, he's one of the local makeup artists, and
he's worked on a lot of big stuff.
Yep, worked on a lot of big stuff. Well, I mean, he's kind of the go-to guy for Manitoba filmmaking if you need prosthetic or anything like that.
Yep.
He's appeared at KeyCon a couple of times, handed around William Dafoe's life cast, actually, which was really kind of interesting to handle.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm acquainted with him.
He's so I don't know how well they locked it down, but when he was on the show, it was like 2 hours, I think, where they were just talking to him, and they had him over to the studio. He even had to stop to pee at one point. But he's going to do, the Real Debaters are going to do something with the Park Theater. So they have cult movie nights, and they're going to be doing a live stream, I think, or they're trying for a live stream live from there. And Doug Morrow is going to do some of them with them.
Oh, cool.
Which is
actually
pretty
really
cool. Neat. Yeah, that'd be worth going out to. I don't know when that's going to happen, with the current climate, but that would be really
Doug's
cool.
a good guy. He's very supportive of young artists. I mean, when I first was looking into becoming a makeup artist, he was one of the first people I contacted, and he was very supportive and full of advice. And again, I did actually have an opportunity to visit his home studio, so yeah, that sounds really, really cool.
Yeah.
So since we're now in quarantine, why don't we do a couple of shout outs to podcasts that we do listen to?
Oh, sure.
I'd like to start off with Under the Puppet, which is put by Saturday Morning Media. It is run by puppeteers for puppeteers. He does a monthly show where he interviews different puppeteers that work in film, TV. A lot of Jim Henson puppeteers have been on there. A lot of Henson Studios.
Is this the guy in Steinbach?
No, this guy's out of the U.S.
Okay,
I think he's out of California or someplace like that.
Okay,
but Under the Puppet, definitely one of my favorite ones to listen to. Always very informative, especially if you are interested in puppets or puppeteering professionally. Todd.
I have on my Podbean list, I've got Primarily Critical. I got The Real Debaters. I've got Azeroth, A History. And then the Sean Geek podcast. Now,
I don't know who those guys are.
I haven't been able to download them, all the ones that I wanted to listen to. I've just kind of got a couple here right so far. I think I had Beaver Does Movies here too. Yeah, I got to figure out how to, because I'm not signed in that I can see. So it's just whatever my history's been. So I guess maybe that's what I should do is actually sign up, and then I can actually put everything and organize it a little better, because I have to keep going to look for it all the time.
I've got the one I'm listening to at the moment. I started listening to it last night. It's a fairly long interview. It's Rock Talk with Mitch LaFon. He's out of Montreal, and he's been interviewing for who knows how long. But he's one of those guys that Chris Jericho brought on to his podcast network.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to this guy fairly regularly. It all depends on which guests he has. But he had Desmond Child on the show, and he has regular co-hosts on the show, like Bobby Blotzer from Rat. He's buddies with him, and who else? Anyway, he's the best rock music interviewer in my opinion. He's been doing it for forever. He has the Kiss guys on regularly. He did a really good one with Vinnie Vincent. fairly recently. This guy's amazing. But the one I'm listening to right now that he did, he dug it out of his archives when he was just a kid, I guess. But he interviewed Robin Crosby from Rat.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, his last interview before he passed away.
Wow.
And it was really good. He basically covered the history of Rat album by album.
That'd be cool.
It was a really good interview.
I have a pen here. I'd write that down. 1 sec.
Yeah. But
what was it again?
It's Mitch Lafon, so MITCH LAFON. And you can find him on Twitter and everything else at Mitch Lafon.
Yeah, I love the music biographies and stuff. Those are great.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find his thing here.
Because you watch a lot of much music and MTV back when, in the day with all the classic rock guys and stuff. And every once in a while they'd have a little blurb or a little segment, with the band and stuff. But it'd be nice to sit down with them one-on-one, even in a podcast type of atmosphere. We can actually, we're just going to talk about whatever. We don't really have a mandate to say, well, okay, this has happened in your life. Everyone wants to know this has happened. You talk to me. You tell me what you want to tell me.
Where it's a conversation as opposed to like just an interview. Like this is a conversation. Like this guy's the best. Like he's super good conversation guy. Like,
and talk about stuff other than what he's known for. Like just other stuff. Like just the background of the person.
Yeah, I highly recommend this guy, Todd. Like he's the best. He's out of Montreal. He's Canadian, which is good. He's buddies with he had Mike Reno on, and just the amount of respect these musicians give this guy,
right?
Because he's not someone who's looking for dirt. He's not looking. He's not going to say your last album was really shitty. Can you tell me about the process? Like he doesn't ever ask that question. He's always the guy that says.
It's like some shows like ET Tonight or those other ones where some people respect it. They'll actually stop and talk to them.
Yeah.
They're not going to throw them under a bus.
This guy's definitely well respected. So I'd highly recommend, especially if you're a hair metal guy or a classic rock guy, and he's done the Jericho Network, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Groovy. All right. Well, there's 2 more that I want to give a shout out to.
Sure.
There is Ballycast, which is a podcast of Bally. Oh. Yes.
Okay, I can see it on your screen now.
Yeah. BALLYcast.com. They do a podcast about the Carnival, Sideshow, and Variety Arts with Wayne Kaiser. It's actually really neat. And he's got a really informative website about if you're interested in old Sideshow stuff.
Oh my God, of course I am.
Yeah.
Frogman.
Yeah. And then also Ridiculous.
I can actually see what you're doing, which is great.
Yeah. Ridiculous, The Life of a Clown, which is done by Picklewater Industries podcasts. And it's, again, all interviews with professional clowns. So those are 2 of the podcasts that I've been listening to recently as well.
Nice.
Really interesting podcast, actually, with one burlesque clown who calls herself Snatch Adams.
That's awesome.
It was really entertaining. Apparently, she's actually friends with Patch Adams' son Lars, and actually had a chance to perform as Snatch Adams for the actual Patch Adams. So,
oh my God, wow,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
So I have a question for Corey, actually.
Yeah.
So when should we expect a new caricature or new strip?
Well,
because what you've put out so far has been great, and I just can't wait for the next one.
On Tuesday,
I'm looking up the strip right now, Corey.
It's at mtgcomic.thecomicseries.com. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm actually going to put up for this coming Tuesday.
Hey, I didn't even realize you. how did I miss this? I share every one that I see, but I didn't see that you put up my favorite strip of all time.
Yeah, well, I've been putting them up on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Recently, I've been doing the old creative process strips on Thursdays.
Yep.
And doing the other strip on Tuesdays.
Hey,
as
Todd,
for this week,
have you seen the current one, Todd?
I'm just going to look right now. No, I can't remember now if it was under. Is it under your name or no? It was under
MTG Comic.
TG. That's it.
Yeah.
MTG.
.thecomicseries.com.
MTG Comic, all one word.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just put MTG
comic.
Comic. Here we are. Oh, there's a Meet the Geeks, and then Meet the Geeks post. Must be under the Meet the Geeks one, maybe.
You can also get to Corey's strip by going to SeanMcGinnity.ca.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Yes,
There you go.
I definitely linked it there.
That might be the easier one.
Sorry, was that SeanMcGinnity.ca?
Yes. And then go to there's the Meet the Geeks drop down, and you can go to the blog or the webcomic. Straight from there. How about that?
Nice. SeanMcGinnity.ca, right?
Yes.
Okay.
SeanMcGinnity.ca.
Okay. Just want to make sure I had that right.
You know what? I'm gonna go to www.Sean SEANMCGIN.
MCGI.
Just in case someone's listening and they want to punch it in. MCGINITY.
Yeah.
CA, right?
Yeah, which is Canada.
Look at that. 3 bald guys. Look at that.
Yep.
Okay, so
when you click on Meet the Geeks, see it says home, blog, podcast.
Yeah. Meet the Geeks.
The novel,
okay.
Right? So click on Meet the Geeks.
The blog or the webcomic? Webcomic. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I've got the comic. Perfect. Look at that. Went straight to it.
So this is funny.
Okay, I don't get it.
It's a long-running gag, and there will be a strip that actually kind of explains the where the joke came from.
Okay.
But damn it, puppies with STDs are hilarious.
Yes.
I stand by it. I will fight this one to the end. People will appreciate the comedy of puppies with syphilis.
Oh my God.
What's the? Are you going to put the other one, with the actual picture of the dog?
Yep, that one's going to go up there at some point. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Actually, honestly, Sean, I've been thinking since Build-A-Bear has the puppy.
Oh my God.
And you can record a soundbite for it.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
But it has to be you, Sean. It has to be you. That line came from you.
Yes.
Do it for me, will you? It hurts when I pee. Woof. Do it.
We've gone downhill right away.
I'm gonna do Luna's voice. Here. Okay. It hurts when I pee. Oof.
Oh my God.
Yep.
All right.
I think if Econ does go off, maybe we'll have a syphilitic puppy available for giveaway.
Yeah.
For adoption.
Like
oh my God.
Yeah. That's if society ever gets back to normal.
Yep. Oh boy. You know what? That's probably a good place to cap it off. I do have to get back to my family. We're gonna go do stuff outside. Actually.
Ooh.
I'm building a bike, and we're gonna bike down on the street and clean out the garage. Ooh. Yeah.
You're gonna build a bike and drive it down the street. What are you building it out of snow? What?
No. I bought 2 bikes last year, one for each kid, and one kid was too young.
Oh, okay.
But
went from Build-A-Bear to build a bike.
Yep, that's right.
Can we put a soundbite in the bike?
Oh, that'd be good.
A bite.
It hurts when I pedal. Woof.
Hurts when I pedal. Oh man.
Okay, we're gonna look. That's probably yeah.
we ended on an upswing, or a downswing, depending on how you're looking at it.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the stop recording button. Todd, you can throw that in the folder.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get rid of the other ones in the folder when you're putting stuff in the folder. I download them regularly, like everything you put in there.
So the last two you got.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right then.
Room. All right.
All right.
See you guys.
See you guys on the flip side of the apocalypse.
Yes.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.